So that Nintendo Direct, guys, that Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase, man, I actually wasn't that disappointed by it. You know why? It's the secret called curbing your expectations. What is good, guys? HMK here from the 5th Dimension, talking about the discourse that's going on with today's Nintendo Direct Mini, the Partner Showcase. It was quick. It was very quick. It was very short, very compact. For the North American side, it was about 8 minutes. For Japan, it was about 12 minutes. Japan had some different games when it comes to the North American version, where we got that WWE Slam 2K, whatever the fuck. You know, I really don't care for it. That was easily like the lowest point of the Direct, and I did not give a shit about that game. But we did get other things such as DLC coming to Cadence of Hyrule, which is pretty cool because we're getting Impa as a playable character, we're getting a whole episode dedicated to Skull Kid, and we're getting a version of the game that comes with everything. And I'm like, okay, Zelda, you know, 5 degrees away from Zelda, you know, that's me. So I might just actually pick that game up because I've yet to play Cadence of Hyrule, because when it comes to Crypt of the Necrodancer, Crypt of the Necrodancer, right? It was like, you know, a lot of people tell me to play it, so I might just pick it up after everything comes out. And then we got that shooter game, the Rogue game, whatever. I mean, we knew it was going to be there because the developer of that game tweeted out like 8 hours ago, before the Direct started, like 8 hours, like, you know, the Direct was announced midnight last night, and they tweeted out about a couple hours after that, so we kind of knew they were going to be there. The game seemed to run pretty fine on what we expect to be Nintendo Switch gameplay and whatnot, so I mean, it was pretty cool. It didn't overstay its welcome. But then, you know, we got towards the end very quickly, because this is an 8-minute Direct, and we got a double whammy, in my opinion. You know, a lot of people were expecting Persona 5 or Persona 5 Phantom Strikers or Scramble or whatever, and we got Shin Megami Tensei. I keep butchering that last word. Why do I keep doing that? Shin Megami Tensei 3 remastered for the Switch, but it's also coming to the PS4, and a resurgence of Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is one of the 4 dark games of Nintendo. Breath of the Wild 2, Bayonetta 3, Metro Prime 4, and Shin Megami Tensei 5. And now that's broken out, and now we're getting it next year, 2020, simultaneous worldwide release, which is a big deal if you guys didn't know, because when it comes to Atlus games, they are notorious for releasing a game and then releasing it worldwide, localizing it worldwide, like a good months or a year after the original comes out. And it looks like it's not going to be the case for SMT5. I'm just going to call it SMT5 because, I mean, like, the Tensei part really gets me. But yeah, that was a big deal, and that was the end of the Direct. But, you know, with every Direct, there's always going to be some sort of discourse. There's always going to be some sort of debate, some sort of maddening, saddening. For me, I'm not particularly too angry. I thought the Direct ended really strong because I know there's a lot of fans out there that want SMT5. A lot of people have been wanting SMT5 because it got announced when the Switch got announced, and now we're finally getting it next year. I've never played SMT. Persona 5 is my first Persona game. I'm still in the thick of that, streaming it. You should guys check out my live streams about that. But I know a lot of people are excited and wanting that, so I think about the collective hype instead of the individual hype. Personally, there's, like, you know, I was hyped for people for SMT5, and Cadence of Hyrule was like the only other thing that was like, you know, 6 degrees of separation, Zelda, all that good jazz. But other than that, I wasn't disappointed by the Direct because Nintendo warned us on the tweet about there's going to be a short Direct. It's going to be showcasing things being made by our partners and publishing developer partners, whatever, and it's going to be a series. So a lot of people are thinking that we might get, you know, maybe a bi-weekly, a monthly series throughout the rest of the year when it comes to the Partner Showcase, and that doesn't really rule out the possibility of Nintendo showing off their first-party IPs being developed by their partners. And I feel that a good, you know, hint towards that is obviously Cadence of Hyrule, because Cadence of Hyrule uses the Zelda IP, but it's being developed by the people who do Crypt of the Necrodancer. So in that particular aspect, I'm not disappointed. But
don't get me wrong, I am still very concerned, extremely excruciating. I am fucking concerned
for the last half of 2020 when it comes to Nintendo's own games, own first-party games, because other than Paper Mario, that's it. A lot of people like to say, oh, but the Pokemon DLC, Part 2, Wave 2, you know, the Crown Tundra, yeah! But I'm not counting that. When it comes to the last half of 2020, it's literally complete in the dark when it comes to Nintendo's own games. We're probably, you know, we're getting probably more information very soon in another partner showcase about Bravely Default 2, which is coming out like around 2 months and change. No More Heroes 3, which is still down for 2020. But we don't know when this game is really coming out 2020. I was actually expecting No More Heroes 3 to be in today's Direct, but we didn't get it. And I knew we weren't going to get it because it said rating pending to T. And I'm like, yeah, you know, No More Heroes 3 is rated M for mature. And possibly in another one of these partner showcases, we're going to see No More Heroes 3 and Bayonetta 3 when we see that good M for mature rating on the thing. But when it comes to Nintendo's own games, I'm really concerned, and the lack of communication has me kind of tilted, but I'm not holding it against this particular Direct because Nintendo warned us. Now, if Nintendo came out of the blue saying, hey, we're getting a Direct with no context about time or who's going to be there, and they showed this and people were angry about it, I would definitely understand the anger. I'd be angry to a degree where I'd be like, okay, Shin Megami Tensei SMT5 was a big deal, yeah, but that's the only thing. Cadence of Hyrule, I'm like, alright, but I mean, the game's already out. But if Nintendo's like, hey, this is the Direct, and then we got that, I'm like, fuck that. But we were warned, and we are getting a series of these Directs. So that, you know, we're probably gonna get a good stream of content from Nintendo when it comes to developmental partners and whatnot. And a lot of their games that are being developed by other people with, you know, for the Nintendo Switch has my interest. No More Heroes 3 and Bravely Default 2. And hey, Melody of Memory is coming to the Switch. But really fucking WWE, oh my god, like that WWE game actually looks like trash. But with that being said, we still don't have any information on any type of games coming straight from Nintendo to the Nintendo Switch. You know, I'm still a person that wants to hold true. You guys can say it in the comment section that it ain't gonna happen. I will hold true to the last day, to the last breath. Breath of the Wild 2, baby. But if we get Skyward Sword HD this year, and then we get Breath of the Wild 2 next year, I'd be a happy camper and I would accept my fate. And then, you know, there's the whole rumors and spiel about the Mario remasters coming. You know, the 3D All-Stars or All-Stars 2 when it comes with Super Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy 1 and 2 for the Switch, and then separately we get Super Mario 3D World Deluxe. Obviously, I didn't expect them to be there because Nintendo says previously announced games from their partners, but that still doesn't get me confident in Nintendo's abilities when it comes to them releasing their games or announcing their games, because once again, Nintendo is a company that rolls to the beat of their own drum. But then we also have to understand that COVID could have impacted them very negatively. But then you have the argument that other developers, other companies, Sony, Microsoft, everyone's still, you know, rolling, schmoling, and then we got the PS5 and the Xbox Series X still set for this year, Halo Infinite, Spider-Man Miles Morales, all that good jazz. And then what's the deal with Nintendo? Well, you know, you can't really use that whole argument because there's so many variables at play. Nintendo's, all their in-house studios are in Japan. Sony and Microsoft has studios like almost every corner of the world. I'm exaggerating, but still they're like, you know, multiple parts of the world and whatnot. So they could be handling this whole pandemic, this crisis, in different ways. And Nintendo is not one to overwork their workers, and they want, you know, make sure, I would say they want to make sure everything's safe, everyone feels safe, everyone's chilling, vibing. And then we kind of got a hint of that with the Sakurai Presents when it comes to Min Min, which is another thing that I'm really hoping for within the rest of the year, is that we get at least one more Fighters Pass character for Fighters Pass 2. We got Min Min in June, and before the year's end, I do expect us to get Character Pack 7. And at the same time, you know, there's going to be a lot in order to deal with my anger towards Nintendo, but from what we got, what they warned us from the Nintendo Direct, I'm okay with that, and you need to understand, alright? This is a guy, if you guys have been with the channel for that long. This is a guy who had to sit through the original Breath of the Wild development and Kingdom Hearts 3's development. Remember that wild ride? So when people say that we still didn't get information on Breath of the Wild 2, yes, it hurts, but I've been through this before, and I wanted to assume that Nintendo kind of like learned their lesson with the last Breath of the Wild game, but it looks like, you know, one, they didn't learn their lesson, or two, COVID really threw a monkey wrench into the whole gearbox and whatnot. And I already am prepared, like, you know, Thanos with the Soul Stone. I am prepared for, you know, Nintendo giving us the old run around the hosey mosey again. And then, as Red Skull would say, we all think that at first. We are all wrong. But I just really want to give my piece on what I thought about the Nintendo Direct. I wasn't overly disappointed by it. I understand a lot of people are going to be hyped, or super stupid hyped, for Shin Megami Tensei 5, SMT5. I know people are going to be hyped for that game. I know people are looking forward to the game, and I'm glad that you guys are finally getting this game. 2021, I'm going to give it the old 1-2 college try myself when it comes out. And, you know, I am disappointed, and I just wanted to let you guys know I'm still super stupid concerned about Nintendo's 2020 lineup, if they have anything. But at the end of the day, they could just be sitting on, you know, the Super Mario 3D Remasters, 3D World Deluxe, and possibly Skyward Sword HD, and they're like, alright, that's our holiday lineup. And then people are like, you know, a lot of people are like, all is forgiven, but not everybody. And at the end of the day, yeah, guys, you guys have to consider this, alright? All this discourse, all this debate happening about this Direct, y'all doing exactly what Nintendo wanted. And that's how Nintendo's big brain. Y'all are talking about it. I'm making a video about it, and the conversation is still there. And like they say sometimes, any publicity, bad or good, is good publicity at the end of the day. But I want to know what you guys think. Were you disappointed by today's Nintendo Direct? What do you expect for Nintendo's 2020 lineup when it comes to their own first-party games? And me personally, I'm looking forward to No More Heroes 3 this year, because I know it's coming out this year, and Suda51 hasn't let me down in terms of the No More Heroes game so far. So I mean, like, come on, give it to me. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, keep it here at HMK for more Nintendo videos when it comes to Nintendo's future, Nintendo Directs, and all good jazz. I will keep you guys in the know. Big thanks to my Patreon supporters for making this video happen, and until the next video, this has been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.